back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start from the higher time frames, work our way down to the lower time frames, and check to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. Alright guys, currently right now it's about 3:56 p.m. Eastern time. The price of Bitcoin is at $119,094. And on the weekly chart here, today the candle's looking a little bit better. It's a green candle now on the way up. 21 moving averages at 98,936. We still have 3 days and 5 hours before it closes. We are coming off this topping tail, which is a bearish sign. So let's see what ends up happening from here to Sunday. Stochastics are toppy. Let's see if we could continue to drag here. That's best case scenario. If not, we might roll over. Maybe we could roll over and then, come back up here. That's a good case scenario as well. Now we head over to the 3-day chart. Yesterday we closed a green candle. It wasn't as good because there was a bigger red candle prior to that, but whenever it's green, it's pretty good. The 21 moving average is at 109,816. Stochastics are pointing down. And the 2-day chart here, also we closed yesterday. We're not looking too bad. We're kind of flagging out. 21 moving average is at 111,166. Stochastics are dipping down, starting to see a little curve here. Maybe we come back up. Let's see what happens. That will probably drag into the weekly as well if that happens. Now on the daily, the stochastics are on the way down, so that's bearish. But what's good is eventually once it comes down, then it will have to come up. So the faster it could come down, then the faster we are close to going up. 21 moving average now is at 115,588. And we haven't really gone below that, which is bullish, and we have been going sideways. Yesterday we had a wick up from this red candle coming from a big green candle. Right now we're having a kind of like a bullish hammer. Still about 4 hours before this candle closes. We do have the topping tail. We have fallen down since the topping tail. There's resistance above here, like above 120k, but let's see what happens once this resets. Maybe we are able to blast up. You guys know I have this in a flag that has been tracing it perfectly, and this could break us out to 135 eventually. So let's see what ends up happening with that. Now on the 22-hour chart, stochastics were on the way up, but we're starting to curve down, which what that means is probably that the daily is going to continue to go down. Hopefully we could stay above the 21 moving average there on the daily. We are trying to reclaim the 21 moving average here on the 22-hour chart. We still have 2 hours before this closes. If we could do that, that is bullish. The 12-hour chart, the stochastics are on the way down as well. Same thing goes for the 10-hour chart, even though we are starting to get a little curve here. That's looking pretty good. The 8-hour chart, we're also getting that curve. We are above the 21 moving average. We're fighting to stay above it here. Now on the 4-hour chart, the stochastics are kind of on the way down, starting to see a little curve. As long as we can stay above this 21 moving average, which is at 118,466, it's all good. This is where I had the 2 patterns, where is the head and shoulder pattern that could take us down to 111,500, and then this flag pattern, which we're still within the flag. We fell out of it, but we came back into it, and this flag will take us to about 126k. Now, I'm going to say that this head and shoulder pattern is probably not going to play out. That doesn't mean that Bitcoin can't come down, but I don't think it's going to come down from this pattern, because at this point, this was the head and shoulder, head, and this double shoulder. Now we're kind of dragging into a very long shoulder here. So I'm not going to consider that a head and shoulder pattern anymore. We have to look for something new that could bring us down if we are going to come down. So for right now, I feel like the coast is a little bit clear, at least of that pattern, and we are in the flag. We have some resistance here, but once this starts coming up, maybe we could start breaking out as well. Now we take a look at the 2-hour chart. The stochastics are getting a little bit toppy, but we are above the moving averages. On the 1-hour chart, we are toppy here. We have some wicks here in the past couple of hours. We can't get above 119,460, it looks like, but we are above the moving averages. Let's see what happens when the stochastics come down. Hopefully we could stay above this 21 moving average at $118,608. Now we take a look at the 15-minute chart. The stochastics are on the way down. We just lost a 21 moving average, which isn't too good. This kind of looks double topish here. This is double topish as well. So it looks like we could make it down at least to the 200 moving average of 118,650, which isn't too bad. Now, yesterday I did leave you guys with a possible inverted head and shoulder pattern here. Shoulder, kind of like a double head. And I was anticipating a right shoulder. The right shoulder didn't play out yet yesterday when I made the video. And this had the measured move going to about 119,843. Now, we didn't make it all the way up there, but this is still considered a winning trade because we did make it up all the way to 119,270. And then later on, we made it all the way to 119,461. So more than half of the measured move. So congratulations on whoever took that play. Definitely did look like it was inverted head and shoulder and did play out somewhat. Currently right now, guys, overall, I'm just seeing Bitcoin going sideways. I'm anticipating a little bit more downside, but the daily is starting to look kind of a little bit strong. As long as we could continue going sideways, we just have to stay above this 21 moving average. Even if we lose it, as long as we could recoup it as fast as possible, that remains bullish. On the 4-hour chart, the stochastics are on the way back up. We are above the 21 moving average. We just have to stay above this. And overall, even if we do dip, as long as we could stay above this 200 moving average at 111,963, I remain bullish on Bitcoin. Yesterday I was a little bit more bearish. Today, a little bit more bullish. Like I said, Bitcoin has been playing around with us. We've been going like a seesaw back and forth. But right now, I would say I'm a little bit neutral to bullish. I cannot go super bullish though, guys. You guys already know, unless we go above this topping tail, above 123,000, about 316. If we could break that, then I will become super bullish. But right now, I'm a little bit more neutral, slightly bullish. All right, guys, that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.